Welcome to the Word on Woodward, presented by PointsBet, an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers, Detroit Red Wings, and Little Caesars Arena. I'm your host, Daniella Bruce, alongside my co-host, Art Regner, and today's guest, Tigers pitcher Kyle Funkhouser, joining us. Kyle, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're excited to have you. There's a lot to talk about, and it's been such a great season for you personally so far, especially after being designated to Toledo during spring training. You get the call up in May. Since then, it's been nothing but positive. And all we've heard from AJ Hinch is your mentality is completely different. Can you talk about that and what changes you think you've seen?
Yeah, just obviously last year got my first taste of the big leagues. Was, different, weird for everybody. No fans, very limited travel, kind of playing the same teams, quite a bit. And, so I got my first taste and then, went home for the off season and tried to get ready for spring and didn't quite come in as ready as I would have liked on the baseball side. I thought, my body was ready. I felt like I was ready mentally. And when I got to spring, it just kind of wasn't the case. I got optioned in camp pretty early, but just kind of really took it to heart. I mean, kind of took it personally. Obviously, nothing personal when it comes to the business, but just felt like I could have done more and I had time and, I just really took it, kind of blame myself pretty hard there and just kind of hit the reset button. Started hitting my weighted ball program pretty hard, just kind of really fine tuning some stuff and just kind of saying, hey, just, who knows when the next chance is going to be. And then, like you said, when it came May 6th, it was like, this could be my only chance this year or one of two chances. So just wanted to take full advantage of it and just go out there and just give it my all.
Talking to some people about you, they said, maybe the best thing that ever happened to Kyle was being moved to the bullpen, not maybe having the pressure of a starter where as a starter, maybe he was a little too cute, kind of working the corners, trying that. As a reliever, he just goes in there, throws in the heat, knows he's only in there for 1 or 2 innings. Did you think maybe that change of mindset also helped you around?
Yeah, just kind of figuring out your body and what works for you and in each individual player. I just think that, maybe over time when I was starting, it seems like it's really coming out this year where it's when I'm really attacking and really aggressive in my mechanics and, the fastball and really trying to attack hitters. I throw more strikes. It just comes more natural and easier. I think sometimes when I was a starter, I had, a mindset, got to go 6 innings, got to go 5 innings, got to get deep in the game. And maybe having the pedal, the foot a little off the pedal at 90% instead of just going out there and just throwing and 100% and letting it all come out.
Well, it's interesting that you're talking about being a starter versus being a reliever because this season for the Tigers, there have been a lot of injuries to the pitching staff, and you've had your chance to start a game, and there's definitely been some games where you saw the entire bullpen go out there. What has the mindset been like for you guys as a whole? What has it been like in the locker room and in the bullpen with you guys among pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, part of this game is injuries. Part of the business is injuries, unfortunately. And, we were hit pretty hard there for a little bit. But I mean, it's guys got to step up. Right. I mean, every good team, I mean, even World Series teams, they don't have the same 25 that they started the season with. And, it's kind of a next man up mentality. But I think a lot of guys this year have really taken advantage of their opportunity, whether it's again, starting a game here, a spot start, a bullpen day, guys that have gotten called up have done really well. And, so I just think, next man up, and we have a lot of guys ready and hungry, which is, a good thing about a young team. I mean, we make some mistakes like everybody else, but, guys are flying around full speed, and you can appreciate that more. When a guy's tentative and he makes a mistake, it really gets magnified. But, when guys are going full speed and trying their best and, playing the game really hard and make a mistake, you can live with it.
Well, we you talked about the mindset maybe when you were a starter. When you started the game, did you go out there as Kyle Funkhouser starter or Kyle Funkhouser aggressive reliever?
Yeah, just it's funny that you mentioned that because Juan and AJ and Federer were like, you're a reliever, you're starting the game, just go out there and just give us everything you can, just give us everything you can, trying to get 2, maybe 3 innings out of me. And, I didn't go out and do the long toss and everything like that. I, came out early, stretched through with the relievers, went inside, ate, prepared just like I would for a reliever, a relief appearance. And went out there like 15 minutes before the game, threw some off the mound, and then just went out there. And Juan was like, you're a reliever throwing the first inning, instead of a guy starting the game. You're a reliever throwing the first inning. So I think that helped, and just. Again, my mentality has been a little bit different all year, just attack, but I think that definitely helped.
Miguel Cabrera has actually mentioned the way that you attack and how great you've been doing at that this season. How cool is it to be alongside a future Hall of Famer like Miggy, especially right now when he's chasing the milestone of 500 home runs and 3,000 hits?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Got my first experience with him last year in summer camp facing him. Obviously we were kind of facing the same few guys.
How was that?
It was good. I mean, it's good to face veteran, experienced hitters, guys that are comfortable, and you get them out, or they hit they hit a ball in the gap. They'll give you good feedback.
Right.
It's good. Hey, what did you see there? What didn't you see? What kind of whatever. And that was really good. And then like I said, had some ups and downs last year, but this year, really kind of figuring it out. I guess figuring it out, kind of establishing myself in the bullpen, kind of finding a role that works. And yeah, he's came up to me a couple different times and like good job, way to go, keep stay on it, keep going. But yeah, I mean it's incredible. And talk about him personally, just those accomplishments. I mean, how many people have done it? Not many. And he's approaching both of them at the same time, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm just thankful to be around him and around this team. And like I said, hopefully I'm here when he does it, and the fans are here. Hopefully everyone's here, and it's just a really fun, awesome time.
One thing that I've noticed whenever they during a game and they show in the dugout is that all you pitchers, I know you're out there in the bullpen, so obviously you're hanging out with a bunch of pitchers out there, but that the pitchers in the dugout, you guys seem to all congregate together. You have Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal, Matt Manning, yourself. I mean, you guys were all Erie, Toledo last year. Can you talk about that camaraderie and how, cool is it to have guys that you're so close with? You're in competition sort of with each other, but you're all pulling for each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's, the part of a good team, great teams, everybody pulls on the same rope, everybody pulls for each other. And I think us playing through the minor leagues a little bit together, obviously I'm a little bit older than some of those guys, but playing with some of those guys coming up, yeah, I mean, you talk, everyone's different, but you kind of talk, hey, did you see that? Did you see how he pitched to him? Or did you just talking baseball? I mean, kind of talking shop is, it's great. And especially those young starters, can talk with each other. Hey, what did you see there? What did you see here? Here's what I would have done, or here's what I liked, what he did. And it's just meshing really well. Everyone, like I said, we have a great team, a great group of guys, and it's just all meshing together. And, we're playing pretty good. So it's, all coming together seemingly.
It's meshing so well that you guys even use each other's gloves sometimes, like Casey Mize earlier in the season when he wasn't able to use his glove because it was too light, whatever that problem was.
It's too gray, right?
Yeah, your glove. Do you still use that same glove? Is Casey still using that same glove?
Yeah, no, I don't really know what happened with his glove getting, taken away. I just think it was a time with high security with the sticky band and everything. And I think the umps were kind of feeling the pressure, and so they just kind of said, hey, we don't want any questions. We'll just say you got to use a different glove. But no, that was my backup glove. Okay. I have two just in case. I mean, you should always have two. I mean, in case a string pops or whatever, you can kind of go out there and make a quick fix. But
Casey must have learned that lesson too, right? Always have two gloves.
Yeah, the only problem was his backup glove was the same as that other one.
Oh, lovely.
So he had to he had to order a couple other gloves, and we had to wait for those to come in. So he was able to use mine. I told him, as long as you need it, I mean, it's no big deal. I don't use it. So whatever he needed, kind of go out there and do whatever. So.
But that was a new glove. The glove that he used was your new one for this season, but you used the old one because you still like the one you had from last year.
Yeah, correct. So last year I broke one in for spring and stuff last year. Didn't get a whole lot of use, only 60 games. So coming into spring, it was basically ready to go, pretty much brand new. So I used that again, and then the new glove I got this year, I started breaking it on the side a little bit. Thankfully, it was game ready when he kind of needed one. So yeah, he just grabbed that one and went out there.
Well, what I find interesting about this is that these gloves are tailor-made for you, right? It has Kyle Funkhouser's autograph on it. I would imagine. I'm going back to when I played. I never had an Art Regner glove, trust me. But
we could get you one.
but what happens to that glove now? Is this something that you're going to have Casey sign and put it up on eBay and say, Casey Mize used glove, and then you sign it as well, although your autograph's on it. I mean, this is really a collector's item.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. If anything, I would just maybe have him sign it and it'd go down to my man cave someday. But it's so kind of how that worked is some guys have different deals, glove deals, Rawlings, Nike, whatever. So he had to use a Rawlings glove. So they gathered around a couple of the right-handed throwing Rawlings gloves, and then he just liked mine the best of the 3 or 4 that were available. So that's kind of what he had to go through there.
So let me ask you, for each win that Casey got using your glove, do you get a little stipend?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mentioned it. I mentioned it. We have yet to work something out, but we'll figure something out by the end of the year.
Well, now that we're on all of the serious stuff, too, definitely have to ask about the mustache because you don't have it right now. But last year you were rocking it. And what's the story behind that? Because Jake Rogers rocks a mustache too. Was there any competition there? Or?
No, my mustache is pretty pathetic compared to Jake's. But last year, just at home during the quarantine, the spring shutdown, just kind of got a little lazy, just around the house all day. Trying to do as much as I could baseball wise and all that stuff, but really just enjoying time with my roommates and stuff. Just again, kind of got lazy, kind of was like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it later. Next thing you know, it was getting pretty straggly, and I kind of just shaved into a mustache as a little bit of a joke. But got some positive feedback early, and a couple weeks later, got a call that we're coming to summer camp, and I was like, okay, well, it was been pretty good at that time. So I showed up here, and again, some of the guys liked it. They're like, hey, you got to keep it, and started throwing pretty good. Yeah. Came back to summer camp, was throwing the ball pretty well, and just had to kind of ride it out and see how it went. And had a couple good outings in season, and then eventually towards the end of the year, it kind of just was going okay. So I kind of reset, shaved it off, but. Haven't gone back to it since, but I'm not against it.
Well, you've been pitching well without it, so maybe we have to go without it for a little longer.
Kind of riding the wave, with the clean shaven look here.
Well, you're from Chicago, so you're used to these weird Great Lakes weather patterns that we have. Who knows? In September it could be snowing. You may want to have that mustache.
Yeah, I might have to grow everything out then.
right. Got to be a little bit of a caveman. Have you ever been awarded the Derek Holland belt?
Yes. I've gotten it one time. I'm trying to think of what outing it was.
There's a lot of them. It's okay if you can't remember exactly which one it was.
I got it in Chicago, actually.
Oh, your hometown.
Yeah. So I went out there. It was actually the day after Turnbull got hurt. So I went in that day, kind of rushed, and it didn't go too well. Came back the next day, I think threw 1 2/3 out of the bullpen. Actually got Derek out of a jam, and he had the belt at the time. So then I therefore got the belt. But yeah, I've gotten it one time. It's been spread out pretty good. I think just about everyone's gotten it at one point. Yeah, I mean, most guys have gotten it. I think it kind of steers a little bit more towards a starter. If starter goes 5-6 innings, a long game, does pretty well. I mean, I think Casey's had it like 5 or 6 times, and Manning's had it a couple of times. Scooble. Yeah, I think it's going around, and I think that's a really cool thing that he brought, to this team.
Well, every time Casey wins, just remember, if he had your glove on for that game, it's partly your win too.
Yeah, well, we got, like I said, we got to figure something out.
Still
something's in the works. I got a couple ideas, but we'll get there.
Well, please share them with us as soon as you and Casey negotiate that. I wanted to ask you. You said you're a little older. You're like 27, but trust me, I think the underwear I'm wearing is older than 27. So you're still a relatively young man.
I was just going to say, you better say we're young because I'm also 27.
Well, right, I know that.
But
I look at you and perseverance, and I look at a guy who's local, who was in the Cleveland organization, now is a Tiger. But Eric Haase, at like 28 now, is hitting home runs. And, can you talk about, I don't know, do you see similarities? You're different players, but that, you guys really have a wherewithal and maybe a stick-to-itiveness I think I said it properly.
Interesting.
But to just keep believing in yourself and keep plugging away.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of the thing that I said earlier in the year is everyone's timing is different. Everyone's story is different. You know, for every 21-year-old that makes it to the big leagues, there's a 28-year-old rookie that is making his debut and kind of averages out. I think the average rookie age is like 25 or 26, something like that. But yeah, for every superstar, every Vladdy Jr. that's all over the media and everything, obviously he's incredible. He deserves that. Is, again, an Eric Haase or a Kyle Funkhouser. And, yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to Eric's person more than, maybe does on the field. I mean, obviously he's playing really well. But, yeah, just like you said, stick with it. Believe in yourself. Trust your ability. Again, it lines up differently for everybody. So, obviously I don't want to say too many similarities because I don't know Eric that well. I mean, just this year, really. Played with him a little bit last year. But, yeah, obviously he's a great guy, a great clubhouse guy. He's really positive, plays the game really hard. I mean, he runs it out every time. I mean, he busts his ass behind the plate. He's just a great player and a great teammate.
We understand, I know you're a huge Tigers fan, but you're a huge Chicago sports fan.
Yep.
Eric's a huge Detroit sports fan. Do you guys get into it a little bit? And let's be honest, except for that one year, the Super Bowl shuffle Bears, pro football has not been kind to either city.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Chicago sports fan. What can I say? I grew up a White Sox fan.
Blackhawks fan?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man.
You like Marc-Andre Fleury?
Yikes.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been actually a little puzzled by some of the moves they made because
Pew Suter coming to Detroit.
it's like, are they in a they were like seemingly going to be in a rebuild, and then they just traded for a couple of veteran guys, and it's like I think they're looking definitely better, but it's like, are they going to be able to compete? For the. We'll see.
Well, we'll wrap it up with this, Kyle. You've talked about really embracing your role as a reliever on this team. What are your goals for the rest of the season?
Really just try to build. I mean, had a nice little streak there for scoreless innings, and had a tough outing in Kansas City. But really just stay consistent and just continue to be an option. Be a guy that AJ and the staff can trust and can count on to go out there and kind of do their thing. And really, no numbers-wise goals. Just want to help the team win games. I mean, it'd be nice as a team to get up to 500, and I think that's kind of the running goal right now. And if and when we get there, kind of reassess where we're at and the goals then.
I know that Daniella said we're wrapping it up, and that was
He's
Daniella.
always good for one
That's
more,
Daniella's wrap up, and now here's
always
mine.
Good for one
I
more.
I wanted to ask you about this, and I have a running joke that Chris Fetter's actually a hologram and doesn't exist, but we know he does. I am just kind of curious. He's not that far removed from you guys in age. I mean, he might be a generation above, but that's not much in baseball terms. What's it like having a young pitching coach, and how has that acclimation to that been?
Yeah, well, it's been awesome. I mean, a lot of us have worked with Juan, so I think him kind of sticking around was also yeah. So I think that was very important, very good for us in general. But yeah, Fetter, I mean, he's obviously done some amazing work just in 1 year with us. I mean, he's really great. He sees a lot of things in unique ways, and he's able to really relate to the player. He's able to put it into words that make sense for me and for Manning and for Mize and for really anybody. He's, like I said, he sees things differently, and he's able to really relate to the player in terms that they're used to and they know, and just little checkpoints, things that click. Yeah, he's just, he's awesome. He's great.
Well, even though you're a Bears fan, I want to say this because I know that you always have time for the fans. You like to sign autographs, and you give back to the game, and that's not everybody does, and that's a great trait, and I compliment you on that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Always want to give back, especially kids, little kids coming to the game. I mean, it's getting a foul ball, getting an autograph. You can make their day, make their week. So yeah, I was that kid one day, a long time ago, but like I said, I love seeing that for myself and other teammates because kids want to come here and they want to see the players. They want a ball. They want an autograph. They want, just a interaction. So, I really enjoy it. and it's something that I won't ever stop doing.
Are you going to start playing Funky Town again or no? I mean, that's a great tune. Haven't you played that before?
Well, I think they gave me that in summer camp. When we didn't have walkouts and stuff. Al actually came to me and requested a walkout song, and I was like, Al, you really want me to switch it up when I got going right now? And he thought, he was like, oh no, okay,
You're right. That's what he did.
Yeah, we'll keep it at that, and we'll come back to it at another time. So yeah, no, I'm in a good rhythm, in a good groove, and just kind of don't want to say I'm very superstitious, but don't want to switch up too much, you know.
All right, you done now?
Yeah, I have more to ask, but I'm done.
I'm glad that I let him ask that, though, because first and foremost, we confirmed that Chris Fetter is not a hologram. He is
Correct.
a real person.
Correct.
Okay,
He is a real person.
That is great to hear. But Kyle, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate
thanks.
it.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it, guys.
A big thank you to PointsBet for presenting The Word on Woodward. PointsBet is an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Red Wings, and Little Caesars Arena. We'll see you next time.